So Sinbins are where players are given a yellow card and told to sit on the sidelines for 10 minutes and then they could come back on. They've been part of rugby union since 2001. They've been widely used up and down the game, and there's been talks of them being brought into football for a while now. They've actually been trialled this season so far across 31 leagues in non-league at tier 11 and below. So these Sinbins have been used to tackle dissent, and it's had a pretty good impact. There's been really good statistics on it, and we're going to be looking at all of this in this video and working out whether Sinbins should actually be brought into football, not just non-league, but in the whole footballing system in general. This video has been brought to you by One Football, and that certainly doesn't bring you updates on rugby union. It does bring you plenty of updates on football, loads of different leagues, loads of different stats, loads of different league tables, transfers, scores, news, all different things. Link is in the description if you want to download it. But anyway, let's get on with this video. So Sinbins are awarded whenever there is dissent involved. So whenever a player argues at the referee, something like this, the referee basically says to him, look, you got to get off, you can go back on in 10 minutes. And out of the 31 leagues that have been used in this trial for Sinbins, 25 of them have actually shown a decrease in dissent, which is fantastic. And overall these leagues have been a 38% decrease in dissent. That shows that there's been a real shift in opinions towards referees in football, because in rugby you have to respect the referee, you have to call him sir a lot of the time, and in the big stadiums as well, the referees have microphones on which basically tracks all the stuff that they're saying, and it's actually played in the stadium so that the fans can hear what referees are saying. It's just a lot more respect, in my opinion, is put on referees in rugby than there is in football, because currently players can go up and argue with refs all the time and nothing really gets done about it. And that's really the aim of what this whole trial is, to try and reduce the amount of dissent in football. And it seems like due to this trial, it's actually being found that Sinbins are actually having a positive impact. So alongside a 38% reduction across all of the leagues, the trials found that 72% of players want to continue with Sinbins going forward, 77% of managers want to continue, and 84% of referees want to continue with it, which shows that over 3/4 of the people taking part of this trial really like it and want it to carry on. And it's now been decided that Sinbins will actually come in at tier 11 across all of the leagues at tier 11 and below from the upcoming season 2019 to 2020, which is a big thing for football in my opinion. It's the start of something completely new coming into football that could be really the future of refereeing. Now, in March 2018, Sky Sports did an interview with the FA head of referees, Neil Barry, and he basically supports this. He said that the discussion that we're having is to how far up the leagues do you go with these Sinbins. It's been a very, very positive start and people understand that it can work. We just need to make sure we bring it in slowly. He said from a player's perspective, if I'm in the Sinbin, having had a go at the referee, and I'm in there for 10 minutes, then my teammates are not very happy with that. So I think it does reduce the dissent, and that's a very, very fair point. If you look at it from that angle, players that are sat in that Sinbin, it's like a moment of shame. It's 10 minutes of shame because all the players are around just looking at you thinking, what an idiot. And your teammates are like, I really need you back on the pitch right now, but just because you're having a go at the ref, you know, you're really damaging this team's performance. Now, there are some problems with Sinbins. First of all, at these low levels, there are no fourth officials, so it becomes very difficult to police how long these players are actually in the Sinbin for. So a referee can give a player a Sinbin, but they've got to police it themselves. They've got to basically be honest and say, I'm in there for 10 minutes. Are they going to actually stick to that? When it gets to sort of 6 or 7 minutes maybe, referee might just completely forget about when he's given them that Sinbin. Might just be like, yeah, come on, with the amount of other different things going on in the game. If there's multiple players in the Sinbin at the same time as well, it becomes very confusing, and players could really cheat their way out of being in the Sinbin for long enough. Also, the rules are a little bit confusing. I'll try and explain it. Here's a graphic on the screen. Basically, this looks like an alien box, but I'll try and explain it. So if you're given a Sinbin for dissent, then after that 10 minutes, you are allowed to be brought back on. And after that 10 minutes, you can be substituted for somebody else. That's exactly the same as if you're given a Sinbin, and then you're actually given just a normal yellow card. You can come back on and you can be substituted after that 10 minutes. But then if you get 2 Sinbins for dissent in one game, so after that second Sinbin, you're not allowed to come back on, but you can actually be substituted for somebody else. So your team will still have 11 men after you complete that 10 minutes of Sinbin for the second Sinbin, but you're not allowed to come back on yourself. So essentially you're sent off, but your team's not down to 10 men. Then if you get a Sinbin for dissent, a normal yellow card, and then another Sinbin for dissent, you have to go off obviously for your Sinbin, but then you're not allowed back on, and you're also not able to be substituted. So that way your team will go down to 10, 9, however many men. And with the argument about policing it, ex-Premier League referee Dermot Gallagher actually came out and said it's very hard to police because if someone gives a 10-minute sin bin, then give another player a 10-minute sin bin, you have no fourth official at these levels, so they're policing it themselves. It's quite difficult with what else you have to deal with on the field. It's a good idea, I think, but I'm not sure it's quite right at the moment. But anyway, let me know your thoughts on sin bins in the comment section down below. Do you think it should be brought in at higher levels of non-league and at higher levels of football in general? Do you think the referees should be mic'd up like they are in rugby union? And do you think it will actually have a positive effect on dissent? Let me know in the comment section down below. If you're new here, hit the like button and subscribe. And yeah, hope to see you in this video, and thanks for watching.